Welcome to Off-Grid Contracting. In this video, guys, I'd like to share with you a new piece of equipment that we've came up with at Off-Grid Contracting. Many customers have contacted us over the past year and a half since we've been in business asking, can you provide an EMP solution? Well, I couldn't really give you a clear answer before, but I believe we've came up with a solution now. This is a EMP shielded system to look just like a typical job site box. It also has sealant that goes into here and into the small hole so that the outside layer is sealed, and then the interior layer is sealed as well. So you have outer isolation, inner isolation, and then a Lexan coffin, which I'll open up and show you in just a second. But right before we get started, some things to keep in mind. This box is built. The actual shielding for it is isolated and protected inside because this is Lexan polycarbonate glass that we put in this. So it's actually, you have not only electrical shielding and then rubberized coating, and then also UL listed spray coating once this thing's completely sealed up for good, but you have triple layer protection, and then you have the ballistic protection also on top of the outer metal that could protect this from getting shot. You have the Lexan protection inside. A lot of applications for this. Please keep in mind though, this unit, although we built it to be shielded from EMP, it is only wall sealed in the unit. When it's open, it is susceptible to EMP because obviously the components are being hooked to the solar, to your wind, and etc. and can be susceptible to that. With that said, let's open this up and I'll show you the interior components. Okay, as you can see, the box is opened, and this is the Lexan lid. It is non-conductive. Okay, so there's no fasteners touching each other, so the handles are the only things that have gotten fasteners. As you look in the box, you can see that it is rubber lined, then it's gasketed, and we're adding a little bit more gasket because this does shrink. So that's why we waited till we get out here to add the final pieces. Inside this, there is a Lexan lined, I hate to say it, but it's kind of a coffin. And so inside of that, we have gasket around that. So you have double layered non-conductive material. Then you have Lexan double layered on itself. And then inside of the box itself, to keep this compressed in with the material that is holding the box together, it's actually foamed. So it's foam compression. So there's no fasteners, no conductivity. Also, on the outside of this box is the locking mechanism. We've actually devised a sealant to go into that. So that's actually going to be sealed as well. So you've got the outer protection, inner protection, then the lid protection, then inside the box, inside the Lexan protection. So as you can see, it's pretty heavy duty. Now we're going to start putting the components in, and then I'll show you all that here in just a minute. Okay, now as you can see, we have the Magnum now stored in here on its backer plate, and also the charging system on its backer plate as well, and the dump load can be removed later, but for time being it's just mounted to the case there in storage. What we have is we have the 30 amp generator normal plug that can go in to charge the house through a regular generator plug input. And then we have also a feed input going into the Magnum that you can plug into a standard generator so that it charges the battery bank up while also powering the house later on. And the way that we have this set is an Anderson plug, quick connect to go to the batteries. And as Nikki's holding here, that plug will go right out and clip to the battery bank that'll be set up. This customer's battery bank's not arrived yet. So that'll be set up at a later date. As you can see, the charging comes out, goes into an Anderson plug, and then comes out normal 2-aught feed to the battery bank. The charging board can be completely customized with your equipment. We have the MC4 inputs, the breakers and everything is inside set up already. And so you have your Midnight Classic for the solar, and then also you have a wind turbine charging system, and right here also, move this out of the way, you can see right here it's standard 30 amp input for the turbine coming in. So we have the 3-phase coming in, availability to easily just quick connect for the wind charging as well. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much it as far as what goes into the box. The cables, the Anderson cables and all that are attached to the board stay in here. The others stay clipped to the bank. You cannot mess them up or mix and match them because this is a SBX type cable. And the other one is a normal Anderson plug. So there's no mixing and matching that and messing that up whatsoever. You can't do it. So anyway, that pretty much concludes the components that go in the Behemoth. We can totally customize this, so you can put different type invertering system, you can put different type charging system. I mean, everything is totally customizable. There's no holding back on that. You can choose whatever you want. We'll be glad to bolt it up for you at the shop. So at this point, I'm going to close up the equipment into it, put the lid on, and then we're going to begin the sealing of it. Okay, now just for proof of concept that the system does work, the customer was kind enough to provide us with some batteries off of equipment and everything for the time being, so we could Anderson plug this is the SBX. And you can see down in here, the system is off for the moment, but you know, proof of concept that it works just like normal. And now the airflow does come in through here, vented out. Airflow here off this, you know, everything can vent up. This can be removed and mounted to the wall later. Keep in mind, you know, it's created for the purpose of EMP, so for the time being, if you needed to use it temporarily, you know, you have it available right here, and then later you can take it out after said event or, you know, whatever the case may be. Mount it on the wall with the backer boards like normal, plug up your 2 Anderson cables, and you're in business. And at this point, we're going to turn the system off, and I'm going to undo the battery bank, and I'll actually... once I do that, I'll lid this up. We're going to touch up a little bit of rubber where we've scratched it up today, moving it in, and I'll show you in just a second. Okay, now at this portion, what we're going to do now is we're actually going to set the lid in on it and then close this. And keep in mind that this also, for extreme long-term storage, there can be a seal put right here, and then we'll spray coat that while we're here. Also, this gets sealed. The customer's actually going to do some of that work themselves because the electrician then's going to do a few odds and ends later. But at that point, then the lid shuts down. You lock the system up. Sorry. And at this point, once this is sealed, just for a recap, you have the complete isolation of the outside layer, inside layer, then inside the box. So it's triple insulated, and I just don't know what much more we can possibly do to make it EMP proof for you, but we're more than willing to try. So guys, make sure to check us out at offgridcontracting.com. This is our Behemoth, we call it, and keep in mind that it's pretty much protected from ballistic protection because the Lexan is ballistic grade, and it is also protected from EMP to the best of our ability, shielded. So and you know, earthquake, heck, if you bolt it down, tornado. I mean, there's just so many things that this can help shield your equipment from. So look forward to working for you, and check us out at offgridcontracting.com.